Thinking about launching a podcast but overwhelmed by all the moving parts? At Turnkey Podcast Productions, we take the hassle out of podcasting so you can focus on the talk, not the tech. From concept to launch, guest booking to post-production, we handle everything. Need a strategy to grow your show and turn guests into clients? Yep, we do that too. DIY or done for you, we've got the solution that fits. Whether you're just getting started or ready to scale, Turnkey is your behind-the-scenes podcast team. Turnkey Podcast Productions. Your voice, your message, fully produced. Learn more at turnkeypodcast.com/contact. That's turnkeypodcast.com/contact.
You know what they say, time flies when you're having fun. It's slow as shit, though, when you're listening to this podcast. The Nice Guys on Business.
Have you ever done a sleep study?
No, I've never done a sleep study before, but it's very interesting. So they say when you do the sleep study, there's a high probability that you won't get a lot of sleep. So I'm thinking, shouldn't you get the best night of your fucking life if you're doing a sleep study? You'd think.
Right. It is kind of weird. They're like, okay, we would like to study exactly how well you sleep. Now, you're going to need to come into the lab to do that and sleep in a bed that you're not comfortable with, and you can't bring your own pillows. And by the way, scientists will be watching you all fucking night long. Yeah, that's a recipe for a good night's sleep right there.
I'm afraid I'm going to have to pull rank on you. I don't want to have to do this, but I'm with the mattress police. There are no tags on the Nice Guys mattresses. Plenty of stains, but no tags. Most days, they take their meds. This is not one of those days. Welcome to Fuckery with the Nice Guys. No interviews, no business content. Just your two favorite slack-jawed mouth breathers ranting about whatever. Now, strap yourselves in for Nice Guys Fuckery with the kings of fuckery, Doug Sandler and Strickland Bonner.
All right, we are now recording, and Strickland was just displaying his delicious Taco Bell. Is that milk?
No. Sorry, just to clarify, Taco Bowl.
Taco Bowl.
BOWL.
Where'd you get that?
Well, it's like a taco salad, but Vera made it. We eat very healthy. Vera loves to cook, and so she made up like a cabbage, like a taco. God, I've been so damn busy all day. I've just been running like crazy. But no, Taco Bell. I cannot remember the last time I had Taco Bell. I mean, it's amazing to me here in Austin.
Yeah.
For those of you that don't know, I live in Austin, Texas. There are so many ridiculously good taco places.
Right.
I have no idea how Taco Bell even survives.
Well, come on. It's like any food town that you go still has a McDonald's, but where do all the kids want to go? And what's the most consistent place that you could possibly get a hamburger and French fries and a milkshake?
I suppose.
I mean, McDonald's or Taco Bell would not be my first choice of places to go to eat. But if I was on a tight budget, or if I wanted something that I know, okay, I may not get friendly service. I may not even talk to a person anymore. Have you been into a McDonald's recently?
Oh, like walked in?
Yes.
Not that I know of. I rarely eat any fast food. And if I do get in the mood, like for a
right,
for like a fast food burger, Whataburger around here is fucking delicious.
All right, so let me bring you up to speed in case you haven't been into a McDonald's recently. Now, I don't go very often, but I would say that probably maybe 5 times a year.
Okay.
And it's only because I'm like driving somewhere and I didn't have a chance to grab something to eat, or we didn't have any food in the house that I wanted to prepare. So I drive past the McDonald's. If I'm getting a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, is usually the morning. And if I'm coming home and I know I got several hours before dinner and I'm really hungry because I haven't eaten today, I'll get like a 10-pack of chicken nuggets. So I used to drive through, but I don't like doing that anymore because I really love to experience the upgraded level of technology that McDonald's has in the restaurant.
Oh,
it's
really?
Crazy. Yes.
Okay.
So they've converted, if not all of them, many of them or most of them, they've converted them into what they call the, I guess, McCafe. So it feels like a little bit more of a comfortable vibe, although you still generally will have your basic homeless person when you walk in the door. So even in Ohio, we have some homeless people.
Okay.
So you go in, it's got a totally different vibe. It really does feel like a Strickland's adjusting his camera.
As you're telling your story, I'm playing with my camera. Because I'm realizing we're going to post this shit on YouTube now. It's like, oh shit, I should have thought about wearing, like I'm wearing my hashtag podcaster libsyn.com shirt.
Right.
I shouldn't really be promoting Libsyn. I mean, they haven't been our host company for like 5 years,
and remember, Rob Walsh just got canned from them, so it should be a big international symbol and a line through it.
Right? Exactly. I put the little X on there. Yeah.
No Libsyn.
Yeah.
Anyhow, okay, yeah. So Strickland was just adjusting his camera because
and the I need the color temperature right. I like here it was like this, right? It was like too bright, and it's like no, here I got to play with that. And you're telling your story and shit.
I might just share with you. Had you arrived maybe 2 minutes early, you could have done that. But since you were 2 minutes late,
true. I was 2 minutes late.
Since you were 2 minutes late,
you got me on that one.
I wonder, but it was me. I changed the time of the meeting, so I understand you needed a little bit of extra flexibility to your schedule today. Okay, so let me go back to my McDonald's story. Not that I even had that on a topic. Not that I have any topics today to cover, but this is a good starting point. So when you walk into McDonald's now, you get the total Starbucks vibe, but you don't get the Starbucks. Let's see, what would it be called? You get Starbucks vibe, but not Starbucks culture. Okay. Normally, when you walk into Starbucks, there's like all these people working and drinking coffee, and many of them on cell phones, and you have like a upwardly trending socioeconomic level let's say at a certain point. McDonald's, it's below the level, and at Starbucks, it's above the center line. So when you go in there, they have only one, in mine at least, they only have one register right in the center, and it's a really small, it's kind of like remember the story I was sharing with you last week when I went to the all-inclusive resort? They sat you down at a little desk when you check in. It's kind of like what it looks like at McDonald's now, except they're not sitting down. And there's generally no one standing there. It's an empty register because what's in front of you is 2 or 3 very large, like 50-inch monitors that are vertical, up and down.
Okay.
And on those monitors, you press in your order and what you want. And sometimes you have already placed your order you could have placed it on your phone on the app. So you're just walking in to pick up. But in this particular case, I usually don't have that much foresight. I'm just like, hey, I really want to get a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit and a coffee, or I want nuggets and a water or whatever. So you have to punch in your entire thing. Now, if you're, I would say 60, 61 years old, right where I am, you have no fucking idea what's going on with this screen. If you're 5, you totally know how to do it though. So I watch these little kids. They basically take about 12 seconds to enter in their order, and they've I don't know, they have an account with McDonald's apparently. I don't have an account with them. So order's already paid for, taken care of, and they're just waiting for their name to be called or their number. In my case, it generally is me stumbling about 10 minutes at the big old monitor trying to figure out, do I want regular ketchup? Do I want light ketchup? Do I want no ketchup? Do I want what am I looking for? Place my order. Still have not seen a person yet. And then I pay for my order using my credit card, because for some reason I haven't given them my account number, which I don't understand why I haven't, because everybody in the fucking world has my credit card number. Everybody have your credit card number?
God, everybody's got it. It's all over the damn place. Yeah.
So place your order. You wait your 90 seconds, and your order is ready, and you just take it and go. I just like to experience that because I really want to walk into a fully busy restaurant and not make eye contact with anybody. And that's basically happens when I go into McDonald's. I'm curious if Taco Bell does the same thing. However, I haven't been into a Taco Bell. I don't know that I've been into one in 10 years, maybe once, maybe just to see what it's all about now, but not since they've been doing the cafe. Anyhow, so what was the point of that story? Why did we even go to talk? Why did we even start that?
You were telling me. I have no fucking idea.
It. You were telling me about your taco salad. So Vera made you a taco salad that I confused with, I thought you said Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Other than that, what really fries my fritters this week, and I think you said it so well on the text, and I can't even remember what you said, but I just remember the vibe that you got. You're like, we're working on these two big deals for Turnkey, and you're like, could it move any slower?
Oh yeah, like it's so much hurry up and wait right now. Is what it feels like.
I hate that, and I feel like business today is faster than ever. Except for when you are the one that's wants something.
Right.
and then it's like moving backwards.
Yeah.
So,
it's kind of true. It is kind of true.
So I have a Temu update or a Temu update.
Temu? I think it is Temu. I think it's Temu.
But I hear it on Facebook when they, have you ever seen, do you get the ads? You might not because you're not in their algorithm.
No, I've stopped clicking anything. So I'll sometimes see an interesting looking product, right?
Right.
Like in an ad in the clickbait. And then as soon as I see that it's Temu, I'm like, no, stay away.
Yeah, you don't want to click on that because you literally will go down the rabbit hole and will never be able to come back out of it. Anyhow, so the interesting thing about Temu is that if you order a product today, you could get one of two things could happen. You could get it tomorrow. Or you could get it in 6 months. It'll
be one of these two things.
You just never know. There's no like prime for Temu. And I'm hoping that at some point, now they do have local warehouses that store this stuff, but most of the stuff or many of the things come from overseas.
Yeah.
So I don't really understand. There's no rhyme or reason how you can get things faster. There's a little button that says expedite my order. And you click it and it's like, okay, we'll expedite your order. But I still don't know what that means. I think it's just something to do while you're waiting for your order to come.
Right. They want to make you feel better, like you've done something to get it there faster.
But they do respond quickly. They and what they do, which is interesting, is they give your order X amount of days. I don't know what the X is, but X amount of days, and they say if your order doesn't arrive by this date, you will get a $5 credit for a future order. Okay. I'm like, but I never know what the $5 credit is because every time I go in, it's like spin the wheel. Okay,
right.
Pop the balloon. Okay. It's like
again, sounds like they're trying to make you feel better. I see a guitar case in the background there. That looks like your acoustic case.
Okay, so a couple things have gone on in my office. I took you see this chair, right? The one that's behind me. So that chair, I had a second chair just like it right over there.
Right.
But when I go to watch television in the living room, the only option is sitting on the sofa. And if I lay down on the sofa, I'm not really looking at it at the proper viewing angle. Okay. So I took the second recliner that I had in my office and I put it in the living room. I don't know when you get a box from a company, like a shipping box from a company, and you take the thing out and you leave the box on the ground, do your cats like jump in the box?
Oh God, yeah, of course.
Okay, so that's like the favorite new thing for your cats, like, right? Like you could get them a really good scratch toy and catnip and all sorts of things that are sent in the box, and they care more about the box than they do about the catnip. Well,
100%.
In this case, the recliner that I took out to the living room, they're like, hey, this is new. And we have 4 cats. In the evenings, we have 4 in the house. So I haven't actually been able to sit in the chair. Do you move cats when they're in your living room?
It depends on where they're sitting. And, when I will be at my desk during the day, like Cookie is Cookie.
Yeah.
No, Cookie's not back there right now. But Cookie is constantly just sitting in the window behind me. But when I first come into my office, Cookie is always follows me in the office and is like back and forth at my desk. It's kind of like she's checking out and making sure that everything is prepared for me before I actually sit down to work. And then I'll have my water and she has to drink some of my water. And then she'll sit in the window there. But like, if I will get up in the middle of the day, like to go to the restroom or something, right. I will come back. She's in my chair almost every time.
So you have to move her then, right?
Well, sometimes what I'll do is it'll make me realize that I've been sitting too long and I'll just do my stand-up desk. I'll stand it up.
That's good. Do the same thing. Yeah.
But what often happens is I'll realize I'm standing up for 30 or 40 minutes. I'm like, I'm ready to sit now. And Cookie's still in the chair. It's like, maybe a little longer. But eventually I will pick Cookie up and put her back in the window.
So I have this really comfortable, I don't know if you can't see it real well, but it's a pretty comfortable desk chair that I have behind me or that I have under me right
The one
now.
you're sitting in now.
Yes, the one I'm sitting in. And just like you, if I come in and there's a cat sitting in my chair, I'm like, oh, maybe I need to stand up a little. And I'll stand for like 10 or 15 minutes. And I have hardwood floors in my office and they're hard on my feet, even if I have shoes on. I don't have carpet or anything like that. So instead of moving the cats, I will go and get one of the cafe chairs.
God.
And I will move my desk chair. It's like, I don't know, somewhere there's a law, I believe, that says you cannot move. Like if the cats are in our bed on JJ's side and she wants to get in bed, she will go sleep on the sofa instead of moving the cats.
Oh God, wow.
I'm like, I move the cat. What I actually do is I pull the entire covers over to her side.
I love it.
So I get the cats out of my way, but now they're in her way. And then she
Right,
goes
right.
on the sofa.
Love it.
God, what the fuck why were we talking about that?
So why is the guitar out? Has it always been there, but it was hiding behind the chair?
Yes, exactly. It's always been there. It was just behind the chair before. In that case is my Martin XT, I think it is, guitar.
Okay. And your two and now only one recliners behind you.
Yes.
How often do they get used and sat in?
I will sit in there in the morning instead of sitting at my computer. That's generally where, and so I'm not getting this big 30-inch screen in brightness in my eye. I just take my little screen, which is my phone, and I'll sit down in my recliner and I'll check my email from there and usually check Monday.com. Like, do you have a morning routine, like what you do in the morning?
Yeah, but let's back up a minute. You have a 30-inch monitor?
How do I know? Let me see.
Monstrous.
Hold on. It might not be 30. I could
you measured corner to corner.
Hold on. Let's see. It is
It's big.
Ooh, what does it say here? It's a Sequoia at Mac OS. It is 30. Oh, I have a 27-inch Retina display in front of me, and then to the right of me, I have a 32-inch Dell display.
Jesus, that's crazy.
Here, so I'll show you. Whoa, jeez. Lost everything. So there's the Dell.
Wow, you got a lot going on there. Because I've got two monitors.
I like how this does its thing. It's like the infinite
infinite me.
That's right. You have two monitors?
I have two monitors. Or if I'm doing the day job, I have three because I'll use the actual monitor from the laptop too. But they're both 24s. Oh. And you got a 27 and a 32. Those are big fucking monitors. That's nice.
I have this huge desk. I forget what the name of it is. It's one of those stand-up desks that's got the cutout in the front, so it kind of I can get a little bit closer. Oh, but nice. I think it's 6 feet wide, so I have plenty of desk space. And you know me, everything is like I have a skating rink on my desk. There's like nothing in front of me.
Of course,
other
you got to
than
keep it super clean.
I got my I have my all my supplements here. I'll show you. I got a little tour on my desk for those that want to see what's going on here. So I don't know how to aim this thing. So I have all of my supplements, my turmeric, my C, my D3, my omega 3s, all of that stuff. I got some other crap. I don't know. I got all the things. All the things are going on.
All the crap.
Anyway, your morning routine, like when you get up, like
typically the first thing I do when I get up, I'll grab my phone and I'll read my 1440 digest, which is the my news for the day. That's like my nonpartisan, non-biased news review.
I get the same.
And then I usually will scroll the socials for a bit. It's funny, and Vera usually sleeps a bit later. So I will usually sit in bed for a good 30 or 40 minutes, scrolling the socials.
You're doing that in bed.
Yeah.
I got it. Okay, cool. And then what do you do?
And then I get up and I will do my yoga stretches.
Right.
I do my stretches every morning, like 10 or 15 minutes or so of yoga stretches in the morning. And then often Vera and I will get a walk in the morning, but not every morning.
Right.
And yeah, I don't do coffee in the morning. I usually do 1 cup of coffee in the afternoon, but that's it.
So is there something that is there like I look forward to this in the morning? Or is it just I'm up and enjoying myself and I'm just getting into my day? You
Yeah,
get into your
that's
day,
it.
sounds like you get into your day fairly quickly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when when I'm reading my 1440 digest and socials, that's usually 30 or 40 minutes, which always feels like a long time for me to just sit in bed.
Right. All right. Well, I get out of bed and the first thing I do is I go into the kitchen. And
Okay.
in the kitchen generally is 2 cats that are desperately waiting to go outside. Like, I can't believe that I've been sitting here waiting for you, Doug, the entire time. So before I used to make my coffee and make them wait. Now it's like they're too loud and noisy. They're running around. They're like they want to get out, and they'll do it. They'll eat paper bags. They'll do anything that they can to get my attention. I let them outside, and because Sugar has a tendency to want to fall into the pool, I have to watch her. So that she loves water. She loves water. Like if we leave her alone and she'll go into the garage, and we have a fountain, one that's got like a big tank on the back so that they have water if we're out for the day or if we go away for a couple of days. We have a cat sitter. The cat sitter doesn't have to worry about the water. Anyway, what Sugar likes to do is she likes to go swimming in the fountain, so much so that I've had to put a big old like 2-foot by 3-foot Tupperware container around the fountain, like set the fountain inside the Tupperware container because it's only like 3 or 4 inches high. It's like one that you store like Christmas wrap in.
Okay.
And so she'll literally get into the Tupperware. She'll put both of her front paws into the base of the fountain, which has about 2 or 3 inches of water in it. And she will proceed to just like, when a cat, after they finish doing their business outside, they'll like dig a hole.
Sure.
Well, she tries to dig a hole in the water, and she used to, and before we had the Tupperware thing, the water would be everywhere. I mean, it would be all over, like it would be like 10 feet away. You'd see water. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Anyhow,
Okay.
so instead of all that mess, I just open up the door, but I do like to follow her outside because she wants to walk around the pool. And in the corner left-hand side of the pool, we have a hot tub. So the hot tub has a wall around it. And she likes to walk the wall, which is about 6 inches wide.
Okay.
But the cat she doesn't see. Remember, she's the one that doesn't see. So she feels her way around this. And sometimes she doesn't feel so right. So she falls into the water. And there's only been once that JJ has had to run in after her. And I watch her if she does fall in. I make sure that she knows how to swim really well. But if she got to an edge that didn't have like a step, which is 3 of the 4 edges don't have a step on it, then she wouldn't know where to go to get out. And I just don't want her to drown. So
yeah,
that's before I make my coffee, that's the first thing. So generally I'm 10 minutes outside with the cats, and in California, that's okay because most of the time the weather is very nice here. But then I go make my coffee and make sure that she doesn't want to take a dive back into the pool again.
That would not be good. Yeah.
Anyway, so that's what's going on in my morning. What were we talking about? Where did we even go? I don't even remember why we started this whole thing to begin with.
I no fucking idea.
No, I'm talking about episode 1. Why did we start this show to begin with?
Oh, Jesus. Something about a book that you had that I think you sold a few copies of.
Oh, yeah. And if you don't know what we're talking about, just go to Nice Guys Finish First on Amazon, and it's the one that's by Doug Sandler. If you want to buy a copy of it, I think they only have used copies of it now because it's been out of print for about 5 years now.
Oh, yeah? Yeah.
I think so. I mean, I wrote the book back in 2015, and I didn't renew my Motivational Press, who was the owner of the publishing company. When they went out of business, some other company came in and bought the license for the rights to all of the books.
Okay.
So they reached out to me probably a handful of years ago, right as this was going down. Maybe it had to be less than 5 years ago because it's been since I've lived here. And they said, "Do you want to republish your book?" And I'm like, Sure. Okay. And then they sent me an invoice for $2,500.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, of
what the
course.
fuck are you talking about?
That is funny though. Like they literally said, "Hey, would you like to republish?" They didn't tell you what it would cost or
No,
anything.
there was no like, here are your options. And I said, hey, before I pay you the $2,500, what am I paying you for? Oh, well, we need to relaunch the book. We need to get another ISDN number. The old publisher is not the same. We've got to get another copy of it into the Library of Congress, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I'm like, no, I don't think I want to do that. And so they said, well, we're going to take it out of print. I said, you go ahead and do that.
We're going to take it out of print. Like it's, yeah, okay.
Yeah, like that's going to affect me at all. Anyway, if anybody wants a copy of it, I actually have about 50 copies here in the closet right over here. So just reach out to me, or you can buy a used copy on Amazon. I'm sure Amazon would sell it to you for a lot less than I would, because I'm going to get my retail, my manufacturer. Are you looking for it right now?
I am. I'm looking it up right now.
Can you
because
find
it said Nice Guys Finished First by Doug Sandler by Pete Billack. Author.
What's that? What's
Paperback from 13. Okay, here, let me share my screen.
Yeah, somebody else got my book.
Right?
I'd like to know what's going on. Now there was another title called Nice Guys Finish First, so it could be the other person's copy.
No. This is definitely yours. Let me tell you what I did. So backing up here, I just did the search right. Now here's you.
Hey, look at me. I got 124 reviews, 4.5. That's pretty good. 4.7 stars. That's good.
Oh, God. Should I look up the bad ones? The 2-star, the 3.
No, let's not do that.
But that's interesting. Nice Guys Finished First by Doug Sandler by Pete Billack.
Now that's got to be
38 points.
Here, click on that one. Click on the one.
Well, that's the one I was just on.
I want
to see. But it looks like
it
says it's your book, but like that is weird, by Pete Billack, author.
What the fuck is that?
That's just a weird thing.
Oh,
but
look,
let's go to your main one and see if I can
worth...
get a new copy. $7. Save with used good. No, but you're right. That's it. Like I can only buy save with used like new. But yeah, I can't buy it new.
Can you see if you can get I used to be able to, you could buy an audio version of it.
Oh, that would be cool.
Where is the
because you recorded that, right? I could like listen to you. I mean, shit, I could fucking listen to our show. I hear
you know what? I could probably feed my book into Chat GPT and let somebody else read it.
Well, this is funny because like really I can't no, I don't want to add to a list. How can I get the audio version?
I don't know. Go back to the main page though.
Yeah, so these are other people's books called book format paperback. Yeah, so there's no format for the audio
version. That's cool. That you know what, that must have been, I don't know why that would be, because as a matter of fact, I did not use Motivational Press for my audio version of the book. I did it myself and I posted it. Maybe there's an expiration date on that.
That's interesting. But what about like not Kindle? What's the audio? Oh, Audible.
Yeah,
right?
Audible.
Maybe can't you give it to Audible?
Oh, I don't know. Go to Audible. Let's see.
All right. Well, now let's take a look. Audible.
This is good. Share your screen again.
Let's try Audible. Let me share my screen.
I'm very
For those of you not watching, you got only listening. Well, it's your own damn fault. Now you can go to YouTube and watch all this shit. So, let's just look for your name, Doug.
Okay. All right,
Sandler in Audible. Oh, Motor City Grind. You got podcasts in here, but that's not Fearless and Full Throttle. Nice Guys on Business.
You mean,
I guess Audible is doing podcasts now, but let's see. Let's look up your book then. Nice Guys Finish First. Nope.
Not in there.
Here. Yeah. The Nice Guy. Nice Guys Finish Dead. No, that's not you. Yeah, apparently you're not in there. I mean, you're let's see if I look me up, if I come up under our
you should come up for Turnkey Podcast.
Under our podcast. No results.
No results.
It looks like you get publication of the Nice Guys on Business Oh, here we go. It is here. It's last, but not rated yet. No ratings. What's up for that? Okay, so I do get here, but it's the last one in the list, and then Master Your
And what happens when you click on that?
Well,
where does that take you to?
Let's see how many episodes we got. Listen for free. It is interesting. Oh no, here we go. Episodes.
Oh, they even have the most current episodes there too.
That's pretty cool.
That is interesting. I did not know that. I wonder why you can't get I wonder where my book is. I won't even know where to find. I have, I'm sure, a copy of the raw audio, but I don't have don't really know
Well,
how
like,
that
yeah,
works.
you got to find a copy of the audio and submit it to Audible and tell them fucking take it for free and shit.
No, that was a past life. It definitely was a past life. I'm not looking to revisit that part of my life anymore. I'm done with all that bullshit. um, okay, I was going to tell you about an experience that. Oh, okay. So, have you ever gotten one of those advertisements in the mail that they make look like a check, but
Oh, sure.
it's not a check. It's
Of
like
course.
if you sign this and cash it, they're gonna charge you whatever interest rate
Yeah.
plus a percentage and all that. So
Hmm.
I got this advertisement, and they make them look really good too. Like,
Oh,
go
yeah,
ahead
they
and
make them
cash
look
it.
very real.
Hey, this check for $5 is yours. Of course, we'll charge you 39% interest on $5,000 and whatever.
Mhm.
Anyhow, so I get this this advertisement in the mail from Marcus, wait a minute, Goldman Sachs, which is Marcus. All right, it's put X amount of dollars. It's varying levels. If you put this deposit in of new money in their bank, you get a bonus of $100. Put this amount in, and you get $750. And you put this
Mhm.
amount in, and you get $1,500. So I'm like, okay, let's
Mhm.
check it out. So the center level has a $750 bonus on it. So I called my broker and I said, "Hey, what?" And I first I ran it through ChatGPT. What would be the annual percentage rate yield that I would need to get in order to make this a worthwhile investment? And I fed in the dollar amount, I fed in the $750, and they said, well, that's an annual percentage rate of 12%. So you need to get at least 12% in order for you to, and you only have to keep it in the Marcus account. As I'm looking at the fine print, you only have to keep it in Marcus for 90 days.
Mhm.
I've done this one other time with Chase,
I remember you did that before.
and I got $1,500 from Chase. Or they said, no, you didn't qualify. And it was like 3 days before. You withdrew your money too early. I said, what the fuck are you talking about? No, I didn't. It was right on the date. I called them. I had this whole argument with them. And she finally said to me, you're right. And then they never credited me the money. So I called them like 2 weeks later and I said, hey, they didn't credit me the money. Like the $1,500 they said they were going to credit me. What ended up happening was I had to say, I want you to, you know how they say for training purposes, we are recording this call.
Right.
I said, go back and listen. Your customer service person told me that I qualified and I could take the money out of the account, and I did.
Mhm.
And you're telling me that I took it out 2 days early. Why would I wait 88 days to take the money out, and then 2 days short of the deadline take the money out? I was just there. I could have tripped across the finish line. Anyway, I argued my way into getting the $1,500 bonus. In this particular case, it's really interesting. I either didn't read the fine print well enough, or or they changed the rules after the game already started.
Mhm.
Because they said you have to move X amount of dollars of new money into the newly started bank account. And I opened up the bank account and I moved the exact amount of money in there. Then I get a little update. You are qualified. You can't take any of the money out of Marcus. No money can come out. So it's the money that I put in plus all of the other money that I've had in Marcus, which is like 5 times more than the money that I needed in order to qualify for the bonus.
Okay.
Like, why is that money at all involved in this? So they've changed the rules on me. I don't understand. So like right now, if you said to me, hey Doug, I need $3,000, I couldn't give you $3,000 because if I took that out of my Marcus account, it would disqualify me from the bonus offer. Like,
Wow.
what the fuck is this? Doesn't make any sense at all.
Well, they're really playing up to people that are going to leave the account open and leave the money in there and forget about it and not care about it. I mean, it's just like when they're like, switch to Verizon and we'll pay your cancellation fee plus a new free phone and all this other shit. It's because they want you to stick around.
Well, it's the same reason why they give you, 18 months of interest-free up to $10,000, because they know at the end of that you will not have paid that $10,000, or they're hoping.
Right. And if you have even like a $2 balance left on
Right.
it, you get charged the interest from the last 18 months, not just from the most recent month.
And not just for the $2, but for the entire balance. I'm like,
Right.
that doesn't make so.
Exactly.
I follow those rules very, very carefully. I don't remember seeing anything about all of the other money couldn't be moved either. I'm like, what the fuck is that? I think what they're trying to have you do is not remove money from any other account. Anyway, whatever. It should just be applied to the account that is the account in question, not all of my other accounts.
You would think.
But anyway, so Marcus, shame on you. Shame on you, Marcus. That is not good. Not good.
By the way, welcome back. Welcome back. My name's Strickland Bond. On the other side of the microphone, Mr. Doug Sandler. We're only 35 minutes in. That was pretty good.
I think we have, yeah, you did good. I think we have one, maybe two voicemails.
2 voicemails.
Okay. And are they both? Oh, hold on. I better check this. I better check.
Well, they both were copied in March 1st, so they're both a couple days old.
Okay, well that might make sense. Okay, yeah. Yeah, you know what? I better look just to make sure. I better look. Ashley's doing some study today, and she may be a little groggy from her study, so I'm not 100% sure that. Have you ever done a sleep study before?
Never.
Friday 117. Friday at 1:17 and then Friday at 1:20, 2 messages came in. So you're right. That is it.
Have you ever done a sleep study?
No, I've never done a sleep study before, but it's very interesting. So they say when you do the sleep study, there's a high probability that you won't get a lot of sleep.
That you won't get a lot of sleep?
Right. So I'm thinking, why? Shouldn't you get the best night of your fucking life if you're doing a sleep study? You'd think.
Right. It is kind of weird. They're like, okay, we would like to study exactly how well you sleep. Now, you're going to need to come into the lab to do that and sleep in a bed that you're not comfortable with, and you can't bring your own pillows. And by the way, scientists will be watching you all fucking night long. Yeah, that's a recipe for a good night's sleep right there.
Yeah. No family, no friends. We're going to put you under bright lights. It'll be horrible. It'll be a sleep study like none other.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
No sleep studies for me. Never done one. And we're going to have you hooked up to all this equipment too.
Right. Exactly.
Don't pay any attention to all the beeping noises.
Yeah.
Blood, urinalysis, the whole thing. They got that CPAP that machine that's on you. You ever slept with one of those things?
No, I never have. Never have
either. Never have. Okay, let's get to our 2 voicemail. Let's do it.
All righty, here we go.
Might need to leave me a little room there.
We got a voicemail from Jared. I said a voicemail from Jared. You know a voicemail from Jared. Nobody else will call. We got a voicemail from Jared. Screw the rest of y'all.
You know who we haven't heard from in quite some time? We haven't heard from Emily Aborn in quite some time.
I wouldn't say it's been that long. I think we've gotten spoiled.
Oh, maybe so.
Because, we're used to hearing from Jared every week, right?
Right.
And so if a week goes by, no big deal. But it's pretty rare that 2 weeks go by without hearing from Jared. I think it's only been maybe 2 or 3 weeks since we've heard from Emily.
Way too long, Emily. Way too long.
Well, yeah. I mean, we always love hearing from Emily. And I've been texting her a bit about some stuff too. So maybe I feel like I don't miss her that much because I've been texting her.
I have not had an Emily fix in quite some time. Emily, if you're listening,
we need our fix. We got to hear
message.
your dulcet tones of your voice.
You know who else we have not heard from in forever? We haven't heard from Montreal Maurice in for.
That's true. We've not heard from Montreal Maurice in a very long time.
Though, but this is. I think that it's probably been over a year, and it may be because the whole Homeland Security ICE thing.
The whole ICE thing.
I don't know if he's documented. He might not be documented. I mean, he was hiding away in Tim's attic for a while.
True.
So I don't really know. Hey, Tim, I know you're listening to the show. Could you possibly get a message over to Montreal Maurice? Could you let him know we haven't heard from him?
Yeah,
I'd
check
love
in
to
with
hear.
him. We're getting a little nervous here.
I mean, for all I know, one of these two could be Montreal Maurice. That would
It's possible. We also haven't heard from JD in a while. And now I know JD has never become a regular, like we're not used to hearing from him every week or every other week or anything. But we always love hearing from, all of our listeners as much as possible.
Let me give you a little comparison. We go to Italy every couple of years, if not every year. We try to get there a lot. I know you have a trip coming up to Europe, but there's a chocolate place called Venchi Chocolate, Venchi, Venchi Chocolate.
Okay.
And Venchi Chocolate is like the most wonderful chocolate, all sorts of exotic and unusual flavors, and just really wonderful. Now, if I walked into Trader Joe's and they had Venchi chocolate there, I would feel like, it's not quite as special anymore because I can only get Venchi chocolate in Italy. I don't know that there's any place here that I can buy it. I feel the same about JD. If I heard from JD every week, I really feel like when JD leaves messages, it's not that everybody else that leaves messages isn't special, very special. There's a special place in my heart for JD. He leaves very, very brief messages, but he's usually very informational, to the point, and quick. He's just very fast. And I feel like every once in a while, it's good to hear. I think if he left a message every week or more often, I think it wouldn't feel like the same treat that I get when I hear from him once every couple of months.
Understood. I don't disagree.
Okay.
I don't disagree.
Making sure. Everybody else leave messages. JD, hang back for just a little bit. Just hold on. I really want you to, you're like my piece of Venchi chocolate, JD. Okay, I'm ready. I don't remember why because I wanted to talk about Emily. That's right.
And we're planning this trip to Europe, as you mentioned before. I've never been to Europe at all, ever.
Have you discussed or decided where in Europe you're going?
Oh my God, yes, we've been making plans for weeks, and it's getting complicated. We actually had we're going to Scotland for about 5 or 6 days,
right? And
then London for 3 days, and then we're going to do 3 weeks in Amsterdam because we want to feel that the locals and live, and not just squeeze in as many touristy things as we can in a week, right?
I hear you.
If I'm flying all the way out there, I want to make the most of it. So we had rented a houseboat right on the canals, you think of Amsterdam, right?
Right.
And you think of the canals and the boats and shit. We had rented one of those houseboats, and we get a message from the guy, like we did it through Verbo. And we get a message from the guy last week. He's like, I'm selling my houseboat. I need to cancel. I'm like,
boy.
What are you talking about, dude? We've had this for a month.
Right.
So anyway, we've been looking around, and I think we found another place, but it's kind of disappointing.
Are you still going to stay on a houseboat, or are you going to find another
No,
place?
we couldn't find another one that because we're going to be there for 3 weeks, so it's like a longer term rental thing. We ended up finding an apartment, basically a short term rental apartment, but it's a little bit outside of town. We were going to be right in the fucking heart.
Are you renting a car?
So we're actually going to rent a car in Scotland because we're going to the Highlands. See, that's all the shit. I don't know anything about any of that. Vera loves Scotland, and the Highlands. It's a little tougher to get around without a car. So the first, 6 days or so that we're there, we're going to be driving around the Highlands, and then we're not going to have a car in Amsterdam. We don't need one. There's lots of great local, transit. There's trams and buses and trains to get all over Europe from there. It's just Scotland isn't so much.
My only experience with car rental in Europe was not good. So
oh, really? Because
Especially
I'm a little nervous because we got this. She found this place
right?
That is like a sort of a knockoff. It's not like enterprise or budget or whatever. So it
Not
makes
like
me,
Rent a Wreck.
yeah, it makes me a little nervous. And then there's the whole, driving on the other side of the road, which is going to
Oh
be
shit,
very
you're gonna
weird.
do that? Oh my god, I never would do that. Never, no
Well,
fucking way. You have insurance. I mean, life insurance. We still pay that, right? I think we pay that.
yeah. So what was your bad experience renting in Europe?
Well, when we were in France, which is driving on the correct side, the same side that we drive on here, we it was in my first marriage, so me and Fern, my ex-wife, and then Michael and Valerie, a good friend of Fern's, and her husband, and he was driving the car. The four of us rented the car. He
Mhm.
was renting the car, and the passing lane is there's three lanes. There's a I don't know. I don't know if you know how the highways work in a lot of these European, but it's like one lane, 55 miles an hour or 60 miles an hour, whatever it is, one lane in each direction. Then there's a center lane. That center lane can be used by either side to pass.
Sure.
Okay. So we were behind a slow truck,
Mhm.
and then there was a line of cars behind us. And I think traditionally the person that's closest to the truck that's running slow has the opportunity to go around the truck first rather than one that's like four back from you going. So
Makes
he
sense.
was making sure that there was no cars. He was being very careful, and he
Mhm.
started to go around the truck. And as soon as he did, we got sideswiped by a guy that was behind us that was trying to pass going in the same direction
What
too.
the fuck?
So anyway, we returned it. We called the rental place. He had bought all the supplemental insurance. He did all the things. When we got home, there was a $1,500 bill for him that he ended up having to pay because he just did. Like, who do you argue with? I mean, you can't.
What
You're not
the
going to go to court overseas.
But he paid like all of that extra insurance shit is ridiculously expensive. I never
Correct.
buy any of the add-on insurance.
Okay, so he bought it because he was like a worrywart, but this was
Mhm.
like even there was still I guess a $1,500
Deductible on it?
on top of all
Well,
of
that's
that.
some
So he ended
bullshit.
up paying the $1,500. Anyway, it was just a scary situation because basically the it was not a guy, it was a girl. The person that we got into the accident with, she was yelling at him so loud and in French. We had no idea what she was even
Mhm.
saying.
Wow.
All I could hear was "sacre bleu," merde, or whatever. I don't know those words. Montreal Maurice would know the words. Montreal Maurice. What would be some bad words that you could say to somebody in French that would totally be appropriate if you got in a car accident with somebody?
Well, merde. Merde is shit. I
Shit.
know that. That's
Right.
about all the French I know.
Right. So she got so ticked off and she didn't want to have to deal with us. So she basically just left. No police came, nothing happened, returned it to the rental agency and got a bill for $1,500. And that's where we were. So good luck with that. I hope you don't get in an accident. I hope, just remember, a lot of Americans get killed literally just walking across the street because they're looking the wrong way when they cross the street. Now, it may seem like, come on. When you are about to step into the street, you generally are making sure that nobody is coming in the direction that if it's a two-way street, you're looking to the left because that's the way the cars are going to come first if you're walking
Mhm.
across the street.
Mhm.
But
It's a tough habit to break when we've been doing it for 50 fucking years.
Hell yeah. So just make sure you look both ways before you cross the street. Okay. That was the moral of that story right there. All right, let's do the voicemail.
Ready for the voicemails? Here we go.
Yes, now we are.
Hey, Doug. Hey, Trick. Jared here. So you guys listen to voicemails, and then I was talking about NVIDIA, stuff like that, and what AI is doing to the price of computers. And your comment was, or question to me was, am I seeming like a glass half full or half empty kind of guy? And I'd say, yeah, I lean that way on that topic.
Which way?
And there's a couple reasons why. First of all, AI buying everything up and making it so people that enjoy building computers and doing their thing can't do it, can't afford it. RAM that was costing, $20, $30 is now $150, roughly. I mean, that's just a couple things. One thing that I know has happened. The other side of that is you're like, well, wouldn't having everything remotely and being done through the cloud lead for being able to do better things? And possibly. So the reason I say possibly, the thing you got to, think about, or at least in my opinion, you got to think about is if we have to do everything through the cloud and we're operating basically on a Chromebook, which I don't know if you ever use on their shit. Personal opinion, obviously.
What's going on with him?
I am not sure.
What are you doing, Jared?
It's basically a tablet that you can't do much of anything on. You'd have to go to a website and then be able to do whatever work you want to do there, or stream whatever you want to stream from said website. And you wouldn't really be able to run anything unless you go do something like that. Well, here's the thing. What if the company doesn't think what you're doing is important? Or, you have a different political opinion. Oh, we don't think you need to be doing this. So then they just start cutting off access. That's where the problem really lies. You know as well as I do that is going to happen if that becomes the situation. Who's to say somebody's not working on a cure for cancer and then find a cure, and they happen to get lots of money from these pharmaceutical companies who realize it's a lot better for their bottom line to prolong things than just flat out cure you. Another personal thoughts and opinions, but anyways, doesn't mean it's going to happen. Doesn't mean any of it's going to happen. But if it does, that is a possibility that we have to contemplate. And based on my current trust of anything government related, computer company related.
Oops.
He got cut off. Here's the rest. Yeah.
Wait, before you move on, I want to fact check for just a second. I wrote to ChatGPT, has the price for RAM and storage gone up? And it replied back with, let's see, RAM and storage now make up roughly 35% of the PC component costs. Some estimates show cost doubling in early 2026 for RAM and storage. That's 35% increase in Q4 of 2025. Further increase is projected to exceed 90% in Q1 of 2026 for RAM, and SSD prices, solid state drives, have similarly risen sharply. I did not know that because I haven't bought a computer in some time. So if you had a big back catalog of inventory of SSD and RAM, now is your time. Sell now. Sell now.
It's like the stock market, RAM and shit.
I don't want to look at the stock market right now because I hear that it hasn't been doing too well in the last week or so. Okay, let's go on to. It sounds like he got cut off.
Yes, and I think he is continuing the message here.
Okay.
So here we go.
Hey, Doug, hey, Strick, Jared here. Voicemail 2 of 1. Yeah, my long-winded ass. I didn't realize I was going that long. Holy shit. I kind of lost my train of thought too now because I just thought it was so funny. But yeah, I don't know if I just have no faith that things are going to be done in a good way for us. So yes, I would say I am glass half empty.
There you go.
Type of guy when it comes to that kind of stuff. I'd like to think better, but there's just been too many things that have happened over the past several years that I've lost so much trust, and I feel like I'm not alone. And anything that is government or regulatory or any of that stuff. So, all right, fellas, appreciate you guys. Sorry for the super long message, and love the show. And as always, thankful to have you guys to be able to listen to and as friends. See ya.
Gee, I don't know what Jared's worried about. I totally trust the government and everybody running it right now. In fact, I just read recently, just today, I read an endearing article. Hold on, let me look this up real quick.
Yeah, Jared, I think of you as a guy that has the glass half full with everything related to the show. And outside of the show, I see you're not doom and gloom. I don't think you're a doom and gloom, depressed kind of guy. I see you as a skeptical or not cynical. What's the word? If you just you're okay with not.
You talking about
Positive
me
at-
or Jared?
No, Jared. I'm talking about
Oh,
Jared.
okay.
Very positive attitude, but I see him kind of wanting to know a little bit more. He's like an investigatory kind of guy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anyway, what were we going to say?
So, I saw just today that Donald Trump, our president in cheese,
Don't know him.
don't know. Apparently, he bought 2 tranches of Netflix bonds.
What is a tranche?
Were you aware? Well, I didn't know that Netflix sold bonds.
I don't know. I don't know how
What
that
the
works.
fuck is that even?
Okay,
Like,
so
you
what are
can.
you
It's
saying?
not Netflix stock. It's actually that they are in debt, but just like normal debt, like a company's in debt, and he's buying the debt or some shit.
All right. Netflix bonds are corporate debt securities issued by Netflix to raise capital, primarily used to finance original content production. Oh, so it's kind of like the fund current purchases, production, and general corporate purposes. It's considered a high yield junk bond due to high debt levels relative to earnings, though they represent a high growth company. Netflix became a major issuer of such bonds in the U.S. and Europe to compete in the streaming industry. As of 2026, these bonds have been active in the market with notable large-scale acquisitions by investors following company announcements. They are corporate, often callable, and have various maturities. Did not know that. Okay, how much is it? How much are they? Let's see. Netflix corporate. $100 to $108 per bond, often with a $2,000 minimum denomination.
So our president has bought in January. He bought somewhere between $600,000 and $1 million worth of bonds, and apparently he had already bought some in December.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if you're aware. There's a deal going right now for Paramount is up for sale.
Right.
And there is a a bidding war between
that's the guy that runs it's Ellison's guy, his son. Larry Ellison's son, right?
Right. Oh, I'm sorry, it's Warner Brothers is up for sale.
Oh.
And there's a bidding war between Paramount and Netflix. Or is it that Paramount's up for sale and Warner? I don't fucking remember. But bottom line is that Trump has been active in talking about it and saying, like, one of them he thought would be like a monopoly and he was going to be against it. But, you know, he's fucking buddies, like you said, with Larry Ellison that owns Paramount. Now, you see, now I got to remember, I'm getting this mixed up.
Well,
WBD, it's Warner Brothers selling to Paramount. That's it.
Well, the thing that's weird about this whole Netflix bond is they generally don't have a return of more than like 4 or 5%. Like, why would anybody want to do that? Like, that doesn't seem like that would be a good investment. It seems like there's so many other things that would be better investments than that.
Well, can I tell you what's disturbing to me?
Sure you can. Go ahead, Strick.
These transactions
Yeah.
that were made public. I mean, first of all, Trump and the government obviously have a lot of influence over the sale going or not going and whether it'll be approved or not, because there's all kinds of monopolizing things going on. So the fact that he's doing any of that is fucking ridiculous. And as I looked at the article, I'm reading through the article, how many transactions, financial transactions, stock market purchases do you think Donald Trump made in the month of January?
How many?
How many would you guess? And by the way, I want to point out that most presidents, when they are elected president, after they have released their taxes, which Trump has never done in either time that he's been president, they usually divest from their businesses. They will usually avoid doing any stock trading to make sure the impression of impropriety, we can't even maybe look like there's anything improper. Okay.
Right. All right. So let me tell you, I'm just going to use me as a comparison here. Okay. Just so we got this. All right. So I have recurring investments in Robinhood that are
Mhm.
basically, let's say, 20 a month of those. They're small. They're each $20. It's a total of $400 goes into my Robinhood account. Are you
And
still
you
doing
make
anything?
20 individual purchases every month? Wow,
Well,
that's a lot.
it's individual stocks.
Mm-hmm.
I have 20 of them, let's say. I have more than
Mm-hmm.
20, but I have 20 that are on a recurring basis, and I like to take advantage of what's called dollar cost averaging. When the stock market goes down, your $20 buys more than when the stock market goes up, you buy less. You know how that
Really? I
yeah,
have
so
no fucking idea what you're talking about.
okay, hold on a second. Let's just take a simple stock, Apple. All right?
Mhm.
Let's just say that Apple traded at doesn't, but let's just say Apple traded at $100.
Okay.
All right. And tomorrow the stock drops, let's just say 10%. So
Mhm.
now the stock, instead of being worth $100, what's that stock worth?
$90.
If tomorrow I were to, if the 5th of March was the day that my recurring investment happened, I'm still going to invest $20. I would buy, in this case, a little bit more, $20. $20 buys me a little bit more Apple stock than if, for example, the stock was $110 a share, correct?
Okay. Yeah.
Well, it's do the math with me for a second. If the market is at $100 and I buy $20 worth,
Mhm.
let's just say I bet the market is at $100 and I do a recurring investment of $100. How
Mhm.
many shares? It's Apple's 100 and
Mhm.
I spend 100. How many shares do I get if I buy if I
One
one share?
share.
Tomorrow I do a recurring investment. I buy it again, except the market went down. The market is now at $50
Okay.
and I still invest $100. How many shares do I get?
2 shares.
And I add those two plus the one. So now I have a total of 3 shares, right?
Mhm.
3 days from now, I do another $100 recurring investment, let's say, and now the stock market, the stock goes up to $150, but I'm still only investing $100.
Mhm.
So how many shares do I buy? Can I buy?
You will get 2/3 of a share.
Okay, terrific. So I bought 2/3 of a share. So if I dollar cost average, meaning I put the same amount in, but I do it instead of once a year putting in $1,000, I do once a month. I put in $100. I get the advantage of buying more when the market is lower, buying a little bit less if the market is higher. So in the end, dollar cost averaging works out to your advantage as opposed to just paying. Just type into ChatGPT why is dollar. It's kind of like why is compound interest better for you than just simple interest. It's because you're getting interest on top of the interest you're already getting. Dollar cost averaging allows you to buy more when the market is low, a little bit less when the market is high, but it doesn't hurt you. You're still buying the shares. So it works to your advantage. Anyhow, don't remember why we were even talking about. Oh, so you said to me, why are you buying 20 times a month? Because I have 20 stocks and I do a
Mhm.
recurring investment of $20 each. I invest $400 a month in the stock market. Dollar cost averaging lets me buy more when the market is low, a little less when the market is high, but that's okay. All right. That's basically the end of it. So you said, I said, let's just use me as comparison. I do 20 trades a month
Mhm.
from Robinhood, but
Mhm.
my broker, though, I mean, I get confirmations like, I don't know, 20 of them a month, 30, 50 of them a month that my broker is like making trades for me. They're,
Really?
you, even if you don't, and the only reason I get them is because I've clicked on that I want to know everything that's happening. I don't,
But
if
your
you,
broker's like actively doing these things, and don't you get charged every time you make a trade?
No, there's no charge. So to understand the market is to know that if there is a money manager, you have a broker. Let's say that you have a financial planner. Mine is this guy John, one of our
Mhm.
clients. So John, he doesn't make the trades. Who's making the trades is the money manager of the funds that I am invested in.
Oh, so wait a minute. So you're saying you have purchased a fund, like I'm
Yeah.
buying this fund, and the fund owns however many whatever stocks.
100 different individual stocks. Now,
You get notified every time the fund that you're invested in buys or sells anything within that fund?
not quite, but I do pay attention to everything that's going on in the fund because I want to know what the fund is being invested in. That's just me, Strick. My upbringing, we've talked about this before, just different than yours. It's not that it's better or worse. It's just different. I pay very close attention to all that shit just because I like to know what's going on. I like to know what's happening with the market. I like to see the trends. I like to listen to Planet Money. I like to be on Jim Cramer's email list. All of the things I like. It's for me, it's like a hobby. That money is a hobby. Money is not, whatever. Anyhow, so if you were to say how many transactions did Donald Trump do in the course of the month, I don't know. If you use me as comparison, I would say 40 is about what I think is going on in my world. How many goes on in his world? 100, 200, 500? I have no idea.
Yeah, he made 83 stock transactions in January. Now, this isn't the Trump Corporation or his kids or, some thing that's run. This is the fucking president of the United States. Right. All right.
That's a lot.
Why the fuck is he worried about that shit? Why would he put any fucking time or energy into that?
I don't know.
Instead of keeping us out of a fucking war in the Middle East.
That's a good point.
And even if it was shit that wasn't, it drives me so fucking nuts.
Why?
I mean, they've been talking about this fucking Paramount, Netflix, Warner Brothers shit for months.
Right.
And everybody knows that the government has an effect over it. Like, are they going to approve it? Are they not going to approve it? And that's all going to affect the stock. Why the fuck is the president buying the fucking stock? And then he's basically going to go say, you know what? I'm going to buy this stock and then I'm going to approve the deal. So my money is worth more fucking money. What? It's just so fucking crazy to me that the Republicans are not like, I don't know that you should be doing that. Like, nobody gives a fuck. We are living in an upside down world right now.
I heard that Netflix did not win the bid for, was it Warner Brothers?
Yeah. And what's interesting is the day that Netflix decided to back out,
right,
is the same day Donald Trump bought the fucking Netflix tranches and the guy from Netflix had a meeting set up at the White House on the same fucking day.
I think Netflix had an agreement with Warner Brothers that if the purchase doesn't go through, Warner Brothers was going to pay them $2.something billion.
Yeah, they gotta cancel the $2.8 billion breakup fee. Yeah,
that is pretty good. That's kind of like alimony. It went the other way for me, though. Seems to have lost. I didn't quite lose $2.8 billion, but it still hurt a lot. It smarted a lot.
Yeah.
2 point. How would you like to? Hey, Doug, I'm really sorry. We're not going to be moving forward with Turnkey Productions, but you know what? I'm going to pay you $2.8 billion. I'm like, okay. Okay. Let me get this straight, Mr. John. You're going to pay me not to have any deliverables. I love this plan. I am trying to figure out how I can get all of my prospects to say no, but to agree to that deal. That's the one I want.
Yeah, I could deal with that kind of.
That seems like that would be a pyramid scheme. I don't know how that works.
Yeah, that's a good trick.
I don't know how that works. I don't know how. Any more voicemails?
No, that was it. I just wanted to get that off my chest about Trump.
I got it. Why are we over there? I don't
Dude,
really.
You know what? We're an hour in, and I had some notes, and I actually had some articles up. It's just too fucking late to get into it now because the question you just asked, why are we there? You know what? I'm asking that. Every Democrat is asking that. I think 60% of American citizens are asking that. But apparently there are no Republican congressmen or senators that are asking that question.
Hold on to that topic for next week, and we can just add it to the next war that we're
Yeah, well, let's see how deep we are into it. Yeah, because Pete Hegseth has already said, yeah, this is going to be a quick war. Like it's going to be, it's only going to be a couple of weeks. So it's like, okay, wait a minute. So we've started a war in the Middle East, okay, which is an area where religions have been fighting against each other. Some religions saying, I want to wipe you and everyone that believes what you believe off of the planet for about 5,000 years. Okay.
Yep, makes
and
sense.
we attacked them in the middle of Ramadan, the holiest month of the year. We killed their supreme leader. Sure, that sounds like it's just going to end quickly. I mean, I'm sure they're going to be like, no hard feelings. Shit happens. We get it. Okay.
You know what? It's just as simple as 2 words: mission accomplished. We did it, man. We did it. Yeah. That is the worst. It's like, let's just see where the chips fall. I don't think it's going to happen that way.
Well, the other thing, without going into a lot of detail about it, is, only Congress technically, according to the Constitution, only Congress is allowed to declare war. The president can't do that, but there's a Presidential War Powers Act that says that if the president feels that we are in imminent danger of being attacked, that he can call a strike, and it just can't last more than 60 days then without congressional approval, right?
Okay.
So the argument that was made of why was it okay for the president to do this without getting Congress, the answer was, well, we determined that if somebody attacked Iran, they would fight back. They would retaliate. They would attack us.
Right.
So because of that made it okay for us to attack them. What kind of fucking logic is that? Like, I was allowed to attack them because I knew that if I attacked them, that they would attack me back. That is not what I would call in imminent danger of being attacked. Not even fucking close.
Well, let's see how it shakes out in the next 7 days. Not only
hopefully we'll still be here and able to talk.
The thing I don't get is that, okay, that happened over the weekend. So today is Wednesday that we're recording this. It's not the typical Thursday. So we're literally 4 days past the weekend. It just happened this weekend. I know that there was no gas on its way from the Middle East to Ojai, but yet somehow my gas prices went up on Monday. Man, they got that gas from the ports really fast.
Dude, I got to tell you,
that happened.
Remember when Katrina happened, right? Hurricane Katrina.
Yep.
And it apparently, if I remember correctly, devastated a whole bunch of oil rigs in the Gulf Coast there, right?
Yep.
And immediately gas prices went up like 30-40%, something ridiculous, right? And then of course they get all the stuff, fixed and done and whatever. And do the prices come back down? No.
So you recall this that little thing that we had back in 2020 called the what was it called? The pandemic, that thing. You remember that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at that point, right now, I forget the exact number, but I believe that gas is somewhere around $200 a barrel right now, which is a pretty high.
No, I thought it was like $80 a barrel before. Hold on. Now I got to look it up. You look it up.
Price per barrel of gas now. Okay, right now. Okay, so let's just say $81
currently.
$81. They're forecasting it could go up as high as $200.
Okay, but what was it last week? How much has it gone up very recently?
Okay, hold on. Last week. Okay, where do I see that chart? Okay, here we go. All right. Okay, $78 a year ago, 52-week range, $54 to $78. So
now here, just look, oil prices chart. Currently $76.
Okay.
Let's go 5 days ago. Yeah, as of Friday, it was 67. So it's gone up 16% in the last 5 days.
Can you go? Is it a chart like you can look back a long time? Can you look back 5 years? Can you look back into April of 2020?
Okay, 5 years.
Right.
Oh, that's interesting. 5 years ago, as March of 2021, it was $66 a barrel. But then 2022, it was 118. So it almost doubled, but then it's back down now at 67.
I thought I remember in the pandemic, I thought I remember hearing that price of gas was literally $0 a barrel.
What?
I recall that. Hold on a second.
Here, let me look at the max then. Okay, we can go back further. Oh my God, you're right. In 2020, it got down to $21 a barrel.
Nobody was fucking driving.
That's funny. I hadn't thought about
Benchmark
that.
plummeted to $37.63. Why it happened is pandemic. Yeah, exactly. I do recall crude prices briefly traded below $1 in the spring of, below $0 in the spring of 2020.
Below $0.
Below
Like you got to
zero.
pay me to take your oil? What the fuck is that?
I don't know. You know what? It's all, here's what I really would encourage everybody to invest in the oil companies.
Apparently, yeah.
I had look this up if you could, and then we'll get out of here because we got a team meeting to get to. In 1990, I had $10,000 of Exxon stock.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Tell me if I had kept the $10,000 in Exxon stock, how much I would have today.
Okay.
All right. So
Exxon stock price chart. Let's see price and chart. Can we
here's
see?
here's what I'll do. I'm just gonna go to ChatGPT. If
Yeah, that's a good way to go.
kept my 10K in Exxon from 1990, how much would I have now? Okay. All right, check this out. If I kept my $10,000 in Exxon from 1990, it's looking it up right now. With dividends, I would have $210,000 today.
From a $10,000 investment. That's a
Right.
fucking-
I took my $10,000 in Exxon stock and I put it on a down payment of a house.
That's a tough one. Yeah, but think of how much money you've made on buying and selling your houses over the years. That's a good
Well,
investment.
each house came along with a divorce, so exactly $0.
Yeah. Good point there. Yeah.
Shit happens. Okay, let's get out of here. We have definitely gone beyond our welcome this episode. We got a team meeting to get to anyway. Really want to hear from you, JD. I'm really missing you now. Steve O'Brien, go ahead and take us out of here. Where's the stop button? There it is.
For the Nice Guys on Business, I'm Steve O'Brien. Fill up your week with the Nice Guys. Side effects may include tingling, numbness, urinary incontinence, the need to watch the Kardashians. If you have an erection for more than 3 hours, call your friends to brag. The Nice Guys on Business is not for everyone. Consult your physician before usage.